Hi everybody, I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we're taking a look at the Unbridled Spirit Tarot by Tina Tack Anderson with art by Dianita. This is cool. I've been very excited to receive this since I saw it go live on the Llewellyn website. It is a deck about the relationship between horses and people. So it's not just a singular animal deck, which I've got plenty of like cat decks and dog decks, and I've got a raccoon deck and a um I have others, but this one is not just a horse deck. This is a deck about the relationship between horses and people and how we live together, work together, play together. And so I thought that that was something that really seemed really interesting to me. I don't know. I think there may be one or two other decks on the market similar. One from Llewellyn that's based on a book by Maggie Stiefvater that I think might kind of have a feel like this, but this one is not based on a book. This one is specifically created to be a tarot. So I'm excited to see this one. So this one says, celebrate the ancient spiritual partnership between horses and humanity, featuring gorgeous artwork by Dianita and profound insights by Tina Tack Anderson, both of whom have changed their lives through horsemanship. This kit teaches you how to connect with horses and access their healing energy. These cards provide immense support for the soul and help you see the potential within yourself to which you've been blind. Unbridled Spirit Tarot showcases the diverse range of cultures and traditions that work and play with horses. From roping to racing to bonding sessions in the barn, these cards and color guidebook inspire you to free your spirit in every reading. And it says it includes 78 cards and a 312-page full color guidebook, but it's actually not 312 pages. This is a pre-release copy. This deck, some things may change. This is a pre-release copy, but I think it should be out. It's been pushed back. I think I keep checking. I thought it was going to come out in March, um, and then I was checking recently before I made this video, and I saw, oh no, it's been pushed back to May on Amazon, and I don't know if it's because it's sold out and they need new copy. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but I'll put the links in the description box below. You can pick it up either directly from Llewellyn or Amazon. I'll put both links down there. Inside of the box looks like painted wood. It says, let your unbridled spirit run free. I love the outside, which reminds me of like denim jeans, embroidered jeans, or maybe cowboy boots or something. I don't know. I love the vibe here. Very like, riding horses, kind of rustic, and yeah, it reminds me of barns and farms and things. So I like that. So it's a full size Llewellyn book. It came in a full size Llewellyn box. I know some of the other decks have been coming, they've been a little bit smaller. There are some changes here in the production, though, that I wanted to talk about. When I pulled these out, I could tell these are linen, but they're like a matte linen. So this is different from their other linen that they released. The Witch's Garden and the Good Fortune Tarot came out on more of a glossy linen. These are very matte, and they feel a little papery, but they are linen. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. It's a very, very light linen. You can barely feel it when you touch it, but I can see it with my eyes. It came with a stand, a Llewellyn stand. I'm not sure if this is going to be standard issue going forward, but you have the little Llewellyn moon, and on the back, yeah, I think that's cool to I don't know. I mean, it's a nice addition. You kind of get a free stand in case you need one. You never know when you might need a stand. You can pop that in your purse, put it in your, take it to work. It also came with a few advertisement cards. So the first one has 20% off your next order with a little code there. And then it talks about the Scorpio Sea Tarot, which I was talking about earlier. And then some about the author here. We've got Tina Tack Anderson. She's a writer who sees tarot as a valuable resource in a person's first aid kit. And when she isn't shuffling cards, you can find her hanging out with her family, reading books, and surrounding herself with animals and nature. So there's Tina. And then on the back, we have the artist. Dianita Vargas Sampieri is a Mexican artist who specializes in graphite, acrylics, and oil paints. A former engineering undergraduate from Universidad Veracruzana 2006, Diana's first focused approach to art education was through an online mentorship with artist Donato Giancola. Donato Giancola. I feel like I know I can't bring his paintings to mind, but her artwork is beautiful. It's you can tell, you can see the acrylic. It has that sort of dry look to it. It is perfect for this. It's perfect for this deck and for this vibe. So yeah, it does have that sort of rustic look. All right, so here are our backs. They are fully reversible. I love the way these cards feel in my hands. I feel like Llewellyn is sort of, they've been playing with their card stock, and so far of the new stocks, this is my favorite of their newest card stock. But you guys will have to let me know what you think. All right, so the guidebook is typical Llewellyn. It's got the glossy pages with the color big. It's the bigger size guidebook with the glossy pages and the color renderings of the cards. Here's the table of contents. And there's a lot of information for beginners in this book. There's a lot about how to care for your cards, how to use the cards, cleansing the cards, shuffling the cards, laying them out, all kinds of things. But before we get to any of the how to use the deck and all of that, there's this introduction that kind of gives you a feel for why she did this. And it says, working with horses gave me confidence and determination with the lessons and losses I experienced with horses have forever left their mark on me. I wrote this guidebook and deck to honor them and all horses' influences on humanity. If you have been drawn to this deck, or if you've been gifted it if it has been gifted to you by someone, I welcome you. This tarot deck and its accompanying guidebook are a celebration of the relationship between horses and humankind. Through the artwork and the emotions it evokes, you will begin your journey into the tarot, exploring the messages it holds for you. The companionship of animals and the use of tarot have a wondrous and divine connection. They both provide immense support to the soul and can bring about emotional healing. As we evolved as a species, we began our efforts to domesticate animals for practical purposes, and because we found pleasure in their company. In them, we are met with another soul who does not judge us, who is unburdened by many of the complications that rule our human lives, and who is humbly grateful for the kindness we show them. There's much healing in the simplicity of that relationship, knowing we can bring ourselves to them at our worst, and they will only see our best. They see us in a potential we are often blind to ourselves. When you sit down with these cards, you can unburden yourself from many of the complications that rule our lives. Through this deck, allow yourself to be guided in the messages Spirit has for you. Like horses, the cards can allow you to see a potential within yourself that you may have been blind to. The images in this deck were designed so that you can draw a personal connection, immerse yourself in the images, and live vicariously in the scenes depicted. In this guidebook and deck imagery, you will find many references to the roles horses have played across all time periods and in many cultures, and we have put much time, research, care, and attention into presenting these as respectfully as possible. Note, I will refer throughout this guidebook to spirit. This is not restricted to any one entity, being, or school of religious thought. The energy goes by different names and is experienced in different ways. We respect all beliefs and encourage you to use these cards harmoniously with yours. This section here is cute. It's about the history of tarot and horses and what horses signify when you see them in the tarot. I thought that was fun. And then she talks about the basics, minors, majors, how to read tarot, how to get a deck, all of the basics for beginners of how to use a deck. So if you are a beginner and you're watching this and you're considering this deck, I do think this would be a fantastic starter deck, especially if you really like horses, because it'll be something that you like to use and you want to look at and you want to live vicariously through. It's just going to make it easier for you to learn how to read tarot. Deck care, how to care for your deck. There's stuff about reading rituals, ways to practice, how to wrap up your readings. There are spreads in here, quite a few. Mostly the spreads are pretty basic. There are two that are created specifically for the deck. And then you get into the major arcana. She explains what the major arcana is and it how it's being depicted here in the deck. So it says the major arcana in this deck depicts elements in history of the relationship between humankind and horses. So it includes images of in the timeline of our lives and how horses have been woven into the myths and legends of different cultures. And we hope that you find the history behind the images resonates with you and that the meanings of each card help empower you on your tarot journey. And so that's the majors. And then you get the name of the card. You get a sort of a title for the card, which I think is fun. So this one is Deck Diving Dreams. Kind of gives you a feel for what you're looking at in a snapshot of this image. The Unbridled Spirit message tells you upright with blinders on is more like a reverse, and then a connection is sort of an activation. How to use this in your daily life. Within these messages, you're going to find more about why this is depicted the way it is, what's happening in the image. It's written within the message, so there's no separate section that says, in this picture, this is what you're going to see. You kind of have to read through to get that, but it is there. When you get into the minors, you have the same sort of treatment on the cards. So the in the beginning, you're gonna get what the wands are about and what they're depicting. The wands are all rodeo, which I thought was super fun. I don't know if I've ever seen a deck that's got a whole suit of rodeo things in it. I thought that was fun. I learned quite a bit about rodeoing going through looking through here. And then I've never been to a rodeo, so this is that sort of living vicariously through, and then it's the same sort of treatment. You have your upright message or your unbridled spirit message, releasing your spirit. Then you have the with blinders on. Maybe this is the blocked energy. And then you've got the connection exercise. And it's the same throughout. In the back of the book, I don't think there's anything back here. Maybe just a closing. Yeah, a conclusion, because the about the author is in the front and about the artist. So that's the book. We'll read from it at the end when I shuffle. So we start with our full. At the bottom, you have the horseshoes and the little typical Llewellyn style borderless cart with the little title bar at the bottom. It just, they added in the little metal horseshoes here at the edges just to make it cute, make it cute. And then very colorful, very beautiful artwork that looks to me to be acrylic. At first glance, I thought it might be pastel, but no, I do like chalk pastel, but I do think it is acrylic. I don't know for sure though, guys. I'm just going. That's a guess. You will have to let me know what you think as we go along. I'm going to give you the titles for the cards, so I'm keeping the guidebook here. So if you see it pop in and out, that's what that is. So here's the full. The title of this one is Dock Diving Dreams. We've got Native American Hunt Blessing for the Magician. The High Priestess is Joan of Arc's Divine Vision. The Empress, we have Goddess Epona, the Sacred Mother. Alexander the Great and Mighty Bucephalus, which I'm guessing is the name of the horse. When Alexander was young, he tamed Bucephalus, a formidable stallion that grown men could not mount. Oh, and he mounted it when he was young. Look how tiny he is on that horse. The Hierophant is Beautiful Jim Key's Lessons. I had to read this one because I was like, what's going on here? This is a story about a horse named Beautiful Jim Key and his trainer, William Key. And they appeared in front of crowds. They did tricks. The horse was able to, read things and spell things out and just do incredible things. And I just thought it was really an interesting story that I'd never heard before, but what a perfect pick for the Hierophant. So this is the Lovers, and this one is Decisions of the Wild Heart. When I first saw this card, I thought that what we had here was them deciding whether they wanted to maybe um, be come in and be, live on the farm or stay wild. But the description in the guidebook says something a little bit different. So I like that there's a layer there. There's what they've given me in the guidebook, which says once there was a time when large herds of wild horses ran free, but their numbers had declined so severely that the Federal Act was authorized in 1971 to help protect them. Here, with the spirit of the lovers, we see a young Mustang on the cusp of a pivotal choice. Does he upset the balance and challenge the dominant stallion for his herd, or does he continue his bachelor status? The card speaks to the significance of our choices that we have in our relationships and what value we place on things. And so that's, the typical thought. But in the image, I saw something different. I saw something very different. And I thought, oh, I wonder if as I go along and use these cards, because I haven't actually shuffled them and used them yet, am I going to find these sorts of, a little bit more story in the artwork. I think that could be fun. So this is the Chariot, and this one is the tenacity of Roman riding. The humble perseverance of the pioneer for the Strength card. Post Rider's solitary ride for the Hermit. I thought that this was really clever because if you think about, um, back in the day when the postmen had to make those long rides to bring the post all by themselves, and they were just trying to bring the mail, and they came across a lot of issues and all of that, but they were trying to bring knowledge, and I thought that that was clever for the Hermit card. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, the introduction of the automobile. Rhiannon's faith in the truth for the Justice card at 11. This is Jigitavka's versatile view. I hope I've said that correctly. I'm not sure if I've said that name right. That's for the Hanged Man. Valkyrie's liberation of a lost soul for Death. The adaptable medieval blacksmith. The adaptable medieval blacksmith is the Temperance card. The Greed of Tikbalang for the Devil. This is actually a story from the Philippines. So they really do bring in stories from all over the world where people are connecting with horses, which I did appreciate the attempt to diversify this. So the Tower is Fire Department's Late Night Awakening. The Star is Legend of the Bloody Shouldered Arabian. And the Moon is the allure of the Kelpie. Whew. I don't know if you can see that reflection. It's kind of crazy. You even get the little crayfish. I just noticed that it's down there. And the Sun, Helios, and the Sun Chariot. Judgment, the resignment of Staff Sergeant Reckless. And for the world, Happily Ever After. This one is called. It says, we bring with us the spirit of the world as we glance upon the final page of a fairy tale. The story closes with the world being restored to a harmonious balance where all creatures can live peacefully. When the spirit of the world finds you, you are approaching a place where you can find joy and happiness, knowing you've seen something through to completion. Here we are onto the cups. This one features the feelings and connections that we share with horses in our family lives. And the court cards honor some of the most important times that families share with horses. So here in the Ace of Cups, you can see that the horse has had a baby, and the child, or the baby who lives on the farm here, is watching this new life, all this new life and everything. So for the Two of Cups, we have romantic trail ride. That's very cute. And then we just have, looks like they've won some sort of competition here with their horse for the Three of Cups. They're very excited. And the Four of Cups, this one I think was called Missed Opportunities, where the rider didn't get a chance to participate in the race or whatever, the competition, because they've broken their arm. But obviously they've won previous races. There's lots of ribbons and things here. Then this one is loss of life. Of course, we have a horse that has passed away, or someone has passed away. The horse is there with them and the family. The Six of Cups, we just have this beautiful field, a mother and her child, and the horses, and maybe she's teaching her what her mom taught her as a child, to do with the horses, and you've even got the people in the background. So it's just, this is very, very, nostalgic and cute. The Seven of Cups, dreams, all kinds of dreams of grandeur, basically things they want to do or create or see or be or win. And the Eight of Cups, this reminds me of the card from Lisa's deck, the Unicorn's Journey Tarot, where the girl is leaving home, leaving the horse behind, going off maybe to college. It looks like it says congrats grad, so they're going off to college bound. Yeah, it says college bound here. So Yeah, leaving the horse can't go with. Uh, and then the Nine of Cups. I love this one. This was so you can see that as a child, she drew this at age 6. She drew this painting, this picture of a barn that she wanted to own, and now she has the barn. So that's Nine of Cups, and then the Ten of Cups, the family and their pony. Christmas, very sweet. All right, so then we're on to the Page of Cups. Lots of fish in this one. We've got lots and lots of fish. Here's the Knight of Cups. I love that. The horse helping him get his Mac on, you know. Being a wing horse, a wing man. The Queen of Cups. The title of this one is A Loving Mother's Muse. That's sweet. And then the King of Cups. This is the father is hanging up, looks like some awards there from someone. Yeah, it says A Father's Pride and Affection is the name of this one. And the horses in the mix, just hanging out there. All right, so now we're on to the Pentacles. Okay, for the Pentacles, it says the Pentacle suit deals with practicalities and stability. In the Unbridled Spirit Tarot, we thought the perfect fit would depict horses at work side by side with humans. So the Pentacles courts represent some of the hardworking people in the horse industry. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is, I don't know, it looks like they're trying to collect things in the water here using the horses. Circus for the Two of Pentacles, circus horses. In the Three of Pentacles, we have police horses, the patrol horses. And for the Four, mining, Four of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles, I don't know, this just looks like they're pack horses maybe, or they're just using them to help carry things. For the Six of Pentacles, we have a therapy horse, a equine therapy horse. This is a farm horse for the Seven of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, I'm not sure what this is. Logging. Logging horses. Okay. And Nine of Pentacles, we have the horses on the movie set. I love this one. Very fun. It reminds me of the movie Lady Hawk. When I saw this, I was like, oh, Lady Hawk. There's no hawk, but for some reason, this reminds me of Lady Hawk. Maybe because there's supposed to be a hawk or a falcon or something in this painting. I think they have, I don't know what this is. It looks to me to be a chicken. Yeah, that's absolutely a rooster or something. But it should have been a hawk. And then with her outfit and then the movie set, I can't unsee it. So this is for the Ten of Pentacles. We have event carriages. So we have the ones that you can find in parks and at events and things like that. So the people working, let me just see here. Okay, so we start with a stable hand for the Page of Pentacles. And the Knight is a leather worker, building the saddles. And the barn manager is the Queen of Pentacles. And the King is a veterinarian. I remember that. Yeah, that's a veterinarian. This is one of the cards where you actually see a person like stroking and like petting a horse. That's kind of how I interact with horses. So I really resonate with this one, even though I'm not a veterinarian or anything. But when I don't ride horses, so the way that I mostly interact with them is combing their hair, stroking them, feeding them, things like that. I've ridden horses before, but it's not something I do regularly, So this one these ones where the people are kind of like interacting with them in that way, I feel resonate with me. So we're on to the swords. So it says the sword suit brings attention to the matters of intellect, reasoning, thoughts, and ego. In the Unbridled Spirit Tarot, we show the suit in association with various sport competitions worldwide. The sword suit cards features some of those who have dedicated their lives to furthering the sporting world and those who participate in it. We hope that you relate to the mindset of those in the images. The meanings of each card resonate with you and they help guide the choices you make on the tarot journey. So, what we're seeing here not the action of the sport, but the mindset of the planning, the mental preparation that comes with this, right? So, and the intellect and reasoning that comes with sports. So we've got for the Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, I didn't say. Okay, so this game, I didn't say this game from Croatia is called Sinjska Alka. It's apparently it takes a lot of focus, clear thinking, and assertive action. And so that works for the Ace of Swords. For the Two of Swords, this is mounted archery. The three is just says the loss of a competition. So they've lost the competition. Here we have recovery after a competition. They're cleaning the horse and taking off all the things and just, coming down after the competition. The Five of Swords is just this smug man. He's knocked this man off the horse in this javelin competition and he's being smug about it. The Six of Swords, it looks like jumping. Let me see. Endurance racing, this is. Oh, that makes sense for the Six of Swords, endurance racing. Polo for the seven. Harness racing, they've called this for the eight. This is, I don't know what this is. It looks like they're just, let me see. Show jumping. How is this show jumping? It says show jumping. Let's just see. It says a young jumper waits, studying the complicated pattern she must complete. Ah, okay. Yeah, the pattern in her hand there. Interesting. See, I don't know anything about show jumping. I didn't even realize there was a pattern to it. Studying the complicated pattern she must complete. What ifs and worries flood her thoughts, not all of them things she could truly face, but they devastate her nonetheless. The spirit of the Nine of Swords tells you that your thoughts are troubled, you feel overwhelmed, you are struggling to keep. Okay. And steeplechase, from this one, looks like they fell. And we have, this is, this is a journalist from the event for the Page of Swords. This is a journalist. And for the knight, I don't know what this guy is doing. It says Pato Gaucho. It says our Pato Gaucho and horse duo have channeled this spirit moving forward with quick, single-minded determination toward the finish. Okay. For the Queen of Swords, you have the riding coach. I love the little butterflies above her head. I thought that was such a cute little addition to the card. And for the king, you have the coach. I'm sorry, not the coach. This is the coach for the queen. This is the judge. The judge for the king. The judge of the competition. All right, and now we're on to the wands. So for the wands, creativity, passion, and action, we depict the wand suit as various fast-paced and intense rodeo and charreada type events from around the world. I'm not sure if I said that right. I think it says charreada, but I'm not sure. It says the courts represent people that you would see in these events. So for the Ace of Wands, you have an event called pole bending. So I'm guessing like getting the horse around the pole quickly, as close as possible as you can get. Then we've got the Two of Wands. This is an event called healing, grabbing the horse by his heels with the rope. Rude. And then for the Three of Wands, we've got team roping. So there's two of them trying to get this cow. I guess one of them must get the horns and the other one possibly the heels. I'm not sure. Also rude. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is Escaramuza, which says that this is a fast-paced display of precise steps and meticulous timing, a true celebration of teamwork. I think this is fun. This looks fun. I've never been to a rodeo, but this looks like it could be fun to watch. The Five of Wands is Saddle Bronc, is what this is called. And the Six of Wands is breakaway roping. I know those of you who have been to many rodeos, or this is something that you do quite often, are probably loving these. Cutting for the Seven of Wands, they actually kind of excited me a little bit, and I've never even been to a rodeo. Barrel racing for the Eight of Wands. Camp drafting for the Nine. And this one says El Paso de la Muerte, the pass of death. That sounds scary. That's the Ten of Wands. It sounds difficult anyway, right? And then we have the Page of Wands is Grand Entry Flag Rider. So this is the person that rides the flag in, I'm guessing, at the beginning of the games. And then we've got the Pickup Rider for the Knight of Wands, picking up people as they fall, I guess. The Shara, which is the lady from the three, one of the women, I think, from here, right? Is the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands is the Shoot Boss or the Shoot Boss, which I guess is commanding authority from the group. It says he speaks with dignified air of confidence, and he can be assertive and demanding, but not without reason, and rules with clout and charisma, and is a force to be reckoned with. The reverse for this was like, whoo! It was like he's narrow-minded, bigot, egotistical. I was like, geez, that's rough. But yeah, this is the King of Wands. Here are the backs up close. So the cardstock is it's a very thin, flexy matte linen. I don't know if you'll be able to see that linen finish, but it is linen. You can barely feel it. It's very thin, and there's no edging on the cards. These are going to shuffle fine especially if you like linen cardstock, but you don't like the plasticky linen because it can get away from you. These are not going to do that. They do have just enough bounce to feel like they're not floppy, so that's nice. So that's good. Yeah, they're not giving me that sort of delayed bounce back. It's like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but they're just thin enough to feel thin. So just be aware of that. If you have the new feline deck that they did, that I just did a walkthrough of, it's a similar cardstock. It feels almost the same, just with a little bit more texture to it. Oh, they're jumping. We had a few cards jump, but I chose the Page of Cups because I just think she's cute, and I wanted to see what's with all the fish. So let's just take a look at the Page of Cups. If you would like to read it for yourself, I'm gonna, if I can find it. Okay, here you go. That is the full write-up for it. Unbridled spirit of the message. A magnificent pony unicorn has carried her heroine thousands of miles to an enchanted river to rescue a golden fish from evil clutches. The kingdom shall rejoice in its safe return. Take part in the fantasy of the spirit of the Page of Cups. View the world around you with the wonder and awe your inner child would see. Allow your perspective to let you see fresh opportunities, and let your imagination and creativity lead you on new adventures. Let nothing dash your hopes and dreams. With blinders on. In a world full of responsibilities, sometimes believing in and chasing your dreams feels silly. When the spirit of the Page of Cups is in reverse, you tell yourself that the risk is too great, that it's childish to lead with your creativity and imagination rather than your logic. Don't keep those parts of yourself secret. Let them out and see that you'll only gain happiness and adventure in their release. Connection exercise. Rather than hiding our dreams and goals away, ashamed to let them see the light of day, we need to put them out on display to remind us what we really want. Making a vision board is a great creative outlet to connect with the spirit of the Page of Cups that provides us with lasting visual motivation. Write down things to put on your vision board and collect them. Photos, quotes, accomplishments, constructing a list of incredible things you know your future holds. Look at it often and ask yourself how to take one small step toward meeting those things daily. And that's the write-up for the Page of Cups. Was sweet write-up. I think it's good. It's comprehensive. It did definitely take a specific approach to the Page of Cups, but it gave that approach in different lights. And I like the practical advice that it gave as well. Maybe you might want to do it, maybe you might not want to, but it's definitely something you can use for yourself or offer your client. So I like that as well. So this video has been quite long, but I want to look at a couple of pairings. I understand if you don't want to stick around. This is the Ancestor Spirit Oracle card by Jade Sky. This is a Blue Angel deck. also distributed by Llewellyn here in the US. I have a feeling these are going to be a nice match. The reason I thought of these two is because the paintings, her paintings, remind me of Jade Sky's paintings. And then also, there's something very ancestral about horses, just in general. I think maybe because the connection between humans and horses goes back so far, you know what I mean? Like it just feels ancestral to look at them, just to look at them. So I thought we could try this. So this is Clear Your Mind, Be Present, Focus, and Embrace with the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers. So, if you feel like you are juggling, what you can do is stay yourself, clear your mind, focus yourself before you're making any new choices or decisions. We have upskill, which is work, career, and crossroads with the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. So it looks here like we have a student giving a presentation, and then the Page of Pentacles, which would also be considered a student, right? Or if we were thinking about a presentation. But then we have this Eight of Wands, so it's like, oh, maybe this presentation is really going to make a difference, right? This is the turning point. So we have to make sure that we really, really focus in and make sure that we do our best there. These ladies look like the lady on the three of what was it? Was it the Three of Wands that had the ladies that were kind of in sync? They were dancing on the horse, and these ladies are dancing on their own feet, but yeah, I thought that was cool. So we have the Hanged Man with freedom, fun, and music, and the Three of Pentacles. And let's just do one more. I don't want to take too long because this video is forever long. But we have instruments, sound, and time. So this is music with the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. All right. So that again is the Ancestral Spirit Oracle cards by Jade Sky. You can pick this up. It's a mass market deck from Blue Angel. You can get it wherever you get your tarot decks. I'll put links. I always put the links down below. So I'll put the link. Loteria Remedios, I think is how we say that, right? Remedies, anyways. The Oracle by Zelena Gonzalez. This is another mass market deck. I don't know. Something about this Oracle deck really feels very, it feels very accessible, like real life things to me. Everyday healing. And this tarot also feels like these are people existing like now, even though there are some people on here that look like they could have existed some time ago, like this guy here, for instance. I don't know, maybe it's because horses never change. They always look the same, so even if the people maybe look like they're dressed from a different time period, the horses are still going to look like they're coming from right now. So this message here, it does seem very practical. So we've got big energies, the Hierophant and Judgment, but if you bring them back into the practicality, because the harp stands for just like relaxing and attuning, and also some divinity. I think there's like divine influence here as well, if you think about the angels and their harps and things. But when you think about like the Hierophant, it could just be that you just need to relax into that. Don't let it be too much. Don't let that lesson overtake you. You know what you know what you've learned, and you know what you believe, and you're just gonna just let it be a lesson learned. Just let it be what it's gonna be, rather than allowing it to be more than it needs to be. Relax. Here we have the Moon with the Seven of Cups and Strength. There can be phases where we just want too much, or we're doing way too much, and it's about coming down to strength of mind and strength of character, and what is it that you truly need. And we don't have to have all the things. Sometimes we just need to take what you need. Take what you need. I have a deck called Take What You Need. I love that deck, actually. I don't think it would go well with this one, but I mean, you never know. You never know what will go well together. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups and the World with guitar, which is about harmony and resonance and tuning. So it just feels like this feels like a very, very good place to be in, with the Ten of Cups and the World and this sort of harmonious resonance. You're very happy in your family life. You're very happy with where you are right now. You don't feel like you need much more. You're at the end of the seeking and the finding and all of that. So there's nothing much more that we need to be looking for at the moment, in the moment, because this deck really makes me feel like we're in the moment, right? It's not like in general in life, you don't need to look for anything else, but just in this moment, maybe just relax and enjoy what you have going because it's good. The Queen of Pentacles and the Sun with the boat. The boat is about abundance. So we have the Queen of Pentacles showing up here with the Sun and abundance. Another very, very auspicious message. So yeah, I like these together I like these together a lot as well. I like this one and the other one. Let's try one more. Let's bring in some animals with the messages from your animal spirit guides by Stephen Farmer. Another Hay House deck. Four of Cups with the Five of Wands and the Penguin. The Penguin's message is the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. Don't fight to hold on to it, right? Don't hold on to what needs to just go. You know, let go of that chaos. Let go of that darkness. So we have the ladybug here. And the message from the ladybug is this is a time of good fortune and abundance. So be willing to receive all good things in your life with the star and the Six of Wands. Look at that. Yeah. And let's try a couple more. The rattlesnake showing up here with the message of the experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer, with the devil and the Four of Swords. And I think that that's so interesting that the rattlesnake and the devil are showing up here together. We're talking about being a healer. Rattlesnakes are poisonous, right? And the devil also brings in that sort of something poisoning the well, right? Something poisoning you so that you're not well, you're not doing you're not at your best. You can't be at your best, right? So I think that that's quite interesting, that those are all coming up here together. Um, the honeybee, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation, with temperance, compassion and forgiveness with temperance, and the hermit. Look at that. This is a lovely, lovely pairing. It really seems to this is the type of pairing that you can pull the tarot card in the middle and then use these to kind of find more energy, and they want to work together, they want to mesh together. As you can see, that this oracle deck has quite a few insects in it, and I don't like insects in my decks. There's something about this deck, man, that just every time I try to rehome it or even think about rehoming it, it's like, nope, it's too good. It's too good. So it says, okay, so this says, you are enmeshed in this situation. So step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking actions, with the Fool and the Page of Wands. Okay, so we're not going to jump in, right? We're not going to do this Fool thing. We're not going to do this Page of Wands thing. We're going to sit back and see the bigger picture, like the condor, survey what's going on over that cliff before we jump. Love this. All right, so that is the messages from your spirit guides oracle cards. I'll put the link down below, and those are the last of my pairings. So that is the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. Wow. It's quite the deck, isn't it? It's very rich in its imagery. The guidebook is rich in its descriptions. And if you like horses, I think that this is just going to be fun. It's going to be like a fandom deck, just something really fun to bring the spirit of horses and the connection that people have with them to your tarot practice and to the imagery in your tarot cards. There feels like in the cards feels like there's a lot of adventure. It's definitely very outdoorsy because, all of this is about horses. There's not one card I don't think happening. Well, there was maybe one or two. I think we saw like the barn manager was maybe in an office, but for the most part, I would say 80% of these cards, maybe more, are happening outside. So they feel very outdoors, adventurous. I think these could be nice to take on a hike or just to a farm if you're going, or just if you live on a farm, you might like to have this. It could show your everyday life with your horses and things like that. I think horses are beautiful animals anyway, but this artwork and the way they've been depicted here is stunning to me. So there's that as well. If you just want a beautiful tarot deck to work with, this is a nice one. Here's the one I was thinking was indoors, but there's a sheep and a horse in this office, so I'm not sure. I don't think it's completely indoors. I mean, it's inside, but it's not like in a house or anything like that. Unless people just let their horses inside. I don't think they do because they're too big. So this is like, very outdoorsy, very feels very green, like a green, but it does feel very adventurous. And I think it's because there's a lot of movement in the cards and people doing things. So that's fun as well. This card is so sweet. This card, when I see it, actually reminds me of the upcoming Hedge Witch Tarot, like just the all of the stuff here happening in the card. It just feels very full, like that deck looks like it's going to be. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what yours are. Let me know how you feel, how you're feeling about the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. I will put links in the description box below where you can pick this one up. I will put the Llewellyn link where you can get it directly from them, or as well as I will also put the Amazon affiliate link down there. And you can make your decisions. The dates have been pushed around a little bit and they might move back up. I'm not sure. Like I said, this one came in the mail about a week ago. So, maybe they'll get moved back up. I'm not sure. But I'll put those links down below if you're interested in picking one up for yourself. Otherwise, let me know what you think. And I look forward to hearing from you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. All of the things that you guys do, the comments and the thumbs up really help support the channel. So I do appreciate it. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.